weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.
Hello, you weirdos out there, and welcome to a new show that we're going to try out. I'd like to call it the top 4 weird things that happened this week in DC Comics that you won't actually believe happened, but they really did show. I don't know that that's going to fit, and maybe we should workshop the title a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but these are going to be 4 things that I saw in comics this week that made no damn sense, but are pretty funny. Because of that, obviously, we're going to start with number 4. And number 4 is the backup story in Detective Comics by Simon Spurrier. And really, what the heck was this? I'm guessing that somewhere top men are hard at work trying to decipher this piece of work, and finally, in the year 2123, they will report back that indeed it was a load of bullshit. Simon Spurrier writes like he has spent 5 days at Burning Man with the ghost of Timothy Leary, and when I was a boy, my mother told me, if you could draw a perfect circle, then you are insane. Well, I'm changing that to if you understand this backup, then you probably can draw a perfect circle. The art by Danny doesn't help at all, leaving me to guess that Danny is indeed former baseball player Danny Tartable. Also, Simon Spurrier thinks he's a modern-day John Cougar Mellencamp or something. He changes his name all the time, but I think I've cracked the code, and I'm going to let you in on that right here. A little bit of a Jimmy life hack. If he uses the name Simon, avoid it like the odd-numbered Star Trek movies, right? If he uses the name Cy, avoid it like the even-numbered Star Trek movies. We'll all be happier. And if you can explain what happened in that backup, please let me know in the comments below. Number 3, Nightwing, the new face of the DCU, doing stupid backflips during a stakeout. Now, they always say you can take the bat out of the acrobat, but you can't take the acrobat out of the bat. I think that's what they say. But seriously, get Dick Grayson some Adderall. This guy just saved everything and everybody in Dark Crisis, and his Titans are taking over for the Justice League. So why first is he slumming it up in the Punchline book? And why, oh why, is he doing backflips on a rooftop during a stakeout with Harper Row Bluebird? Harper doesn't say anything, so you know this shit goes on all the time. Seriously, Dick is a former cop. Can you imagine him doing this on a stakeout with Harvey Bullock? This shit is why Harvey keeps a shovel in his trunk at all times. Please, DC, don't ever let Teenie Howard write Dick Grayson again. And we're going fast here. Number 2, Catwoman has a toilet pal. Speaking of Teenie Howard, number 2 on the list is from Catwoman, number 51. You know, prison can be a lonely place. Just ask Eric Shea or Selena Kyle. It also could be a pretty boring place. Just ask anyone reading this Catwoman book. Seriously. If you want to, I'll give you the numbers to all 8 of the people doing that. I might be able to get them for you. Wow. The fact this issue boils down to Selena getting her hands on street flavors of ramen with the help of her exotic cat who now lives in the vents of the prison is enough to land it on this list. Teenie Howard goes one step further and gives us toilet mail. I think this is going to catch on with the kids. I don't even know what's happening here. Selena puts a note in a bag, ties it up with a rope, flushes it down the toilet, and it ends up coming up in the right toilet down the line. I mean, this is next level space age shit going on here. Just make sure you don't send mail on Thursdays because, as we know, Wednesdays is chili night at the old prison cafeteria. And number 1 crazy shit that happened at DC that I couldn't believe, but it really did happen, and I'm going to put it here. See, I told you we're workshopping this. Number 1, Tim Drake throws up on a shark. Now, that might be gross and all, and really probably grosser than toilet mail. But really, the grossest thing about this is that this book even exists, because number 1 comes from Megan Fitzmartin's Tim Drake, Robin number 5, where Tim defeats a construct shark by throwing up on it. Maybe it's not fair to just throw this down without any context, so let me explain. Tim Drake defeats an enemy by sticking his fingers down his throat to force himself to throw up on a tech-assisted clay-faced clay construct of a shark because he saw the symbol of salt in a bottle held by a wolf man. Who knew that forcing yourself to throw up was a superpower? And I could really go dark here, but Jimmy doesn't want to get canceled in the first episode of this show, so I will not list who I think could really be superheroes in the DCU with that superpower. We're not going to go there, but there you go. There is all of the weird stuff that happened this week. Pretty quick, in, out. Let me know what you thought of the new show, and we'll see if we'll continue with it. But thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you later.
You are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.